So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my makeup on a daily basis. This is literally how I do my makeup every day, whether I'm going to work, whether I'm going out with my friends. I use the same kind of routine. So yeah, let's get started. First thing I really want to talk to you guys about is skincare. You really need to be taking good care of your skin if you want to have a really good base, because you need to have a good base when you're applying makeup. So taking care of your skin, I'll definitely probably go over my skincare routine at some point. But basically, when you're applying makeup, you want to be using a clean face. You want to be using a face that doesn't have any leftover makeup on it from the night before. I know some people are guilty of that, so you really want to make sure your face is clean, your face is moisturized. Moisturizer is really going to help the makeup stay in place, and it also kind of acts as a primer if you don't have one. I know a lot of people like to skip the primer step, but that really makes a difference when you're applying your makeup, and it kind of makes sure that your makeup is on for 24 hours. So the two primers, going off of that, the two primers that I use are the Faced Hangover and the Fenty Beauty Primer. I really like these primers. They're good for people with combination skin. In the wintertime my skin can be very dry. I don't really know why. It never used to be like that. I used to have really oily skin, and I never used to be using like these type of primers. These are kind of moisturizing primers. But what did I used to use? I used to use the Lancome La Base. If you have oily skin, that's really good. Mac, their Radiance Primer is really good too. I used to use that, and I used to use the Naked by Urban Decay. I can't remember what the actual name of it is. I'll post it down below because I will go look for it after this. But yeah, so basically once you've washed your face, you apply moisturizer, any acne creams or any medication that you're using. You want to moisturize and seal it all in with the moisturizer, and then go ahead and apply your primer. So that's what I'm going to do, and today I'm going to be using the Too Faced. And I usually just rub it in with my hands. I know I got a little bit in my hair. I'm going to put my hair back in a second. This is really good for people with acne prone skin as well. It really kind of like brings your skin back to life. I was really hesitant about it because it does have coconut in it. I used to think that coconut actually clogs your pores. It doesn't. It's really good for acne. So if you are struggling with that, definitely check this primer out. So I'm gonna give that a minute to settle into my skin, and then I'm gonna focus on my eye. Okay, so I just put my hair back. It's just easier to work with when it's out of your face. I know some beauty bloggers, they post those like 1-minute tutorials on Instagram and they have it all in their face, and I'm guilty of that, but like as you can see, the product gets on your hair. So yeah, you don't want that. Okay, so next, I am going to be focusing on my eyes, and I'm going to start out with a primer. The primer I'm going to use today is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the original formula. I have been using this since I want to say I was in 9th grade, because that was the only kind of makeup I was allowed to wear as eye makeup. I wasn't allowed to wear any face makeup or anything like that, because my mom was afraid it would irritate my skin. But like, I noticed when I put my eyeshadow on at like 6 o'clock in the morning and I'd come home at 3, it would be like all absorbed in my eye. So I was like, there has to be a better way. And I went on YouTube, and Candy Johnson was the first person to tell me, like, to actually like introduce me to this, and this has made such a difference. It really helps make sure your eyeshadow stays on, and it actually like, it helps, like, even with drugstore formulas, some of those formulas, they don't really show the color. This like enhances it a lot. So if you're looking for a primer, definitely check this one out. It's my go-to. So today I'm going to be using the Colourpop Rendezvous palette. This is what it looks like. And I'm also going to be kind of switching in between colors with the Anastasia Soft Glam. You can see my Soft Glam is very used. I've had this for about 2 years now, I want to say. Maybe a year and a half. I don't know. I got it for my birthday. but I love that palette. And I'm also going to be switching in and using colors from the brush that is in the Soft Glam palette. These, if you ever get one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, these palettes, the brushes that they come with are really good. It comes with, usually the ones that I've been getting come with a flat edge, and it comes with like a blending edge, and these are like, they're key. Like the blending spot end is really good. It helps blend out the crease and it helps build it up. The other brush I'm going to be using is a Morphe M330 brush. So I'm going to start with my lid first, and I'm going to go in with the color, I'm going to go in with the color Fling. It's like a beige sparkly color. So I just like tapped it onto the flat edge, that there. And I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. This is going to be a really easy eye look today. It's nothing crazy, but it's a really nice day out. If you guys hear, it's windy, but it is a really nice day out. So I kind of want I love having makeup kind of go off the sun. So doing your makeup in like a very sunny area also helps because you have that natural lighting. I'm doing the same thing to the other eye. It's okay if you get some of it into the crease. We're just gonna blend it out. But now I am going to go in with Orange Soda in the Soft Glam palette into the crease and just blending it slightly above where I packed on the Colourpop color. And it kind of got a little bit in the lid, but I'm going to go back and fix that, so it's okay. So now I'm going to go in with the shade, what is it called? Catch, I think that's what it says. Catch is like the orange color in the Colourpop palette. I've got the other color on there. I'm going to go in with the blending side and just tap, because these palettes are very pigmented, so you don't want too much. The only thing I wish this palette came with is a mirror, because it would be easier to work with, but it doesn't, so it's okay. It's only $15, I think. So I'm just gonna go in right above where I packed on Orange Soda. And I'm just gonna take it out to the outer corner as well. I know it looks kind of weird right now, but we're gonna blend everything out so it'll look really, really pretty. So now I'm gonna go back in with the color Fling, and I'm going to clean up that crease a little bit. This is just so hard to do without a mirror, so I'm gonna kind of create like a cut crease effect. I get a lot of questions asking people asking how I do the cut crease, and I don't actually do a cut crease. I kind of just make sure that the brush has enough product on it that I pat it on so it kind of looks like a cut crease. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but it has the effect. I'm not a big cut crease person, only because it's a little too strong for me. And that's not something I would wear on a daily basis either. So I'm going to do the same thing, clean up the lid on the side. Okay, so now I am going to go in with a brown color. Obviously you don't need to be using these specific colors, but they, you know, I really like these palettes. I think these palettes are good if you're going to be doing this on a daily basis, which I do. So definitely invest. I can do a video on like what to look for in a palette, but I mean, the Anastasia palettes are typically like $45, so that really isn't too bad for a palette. I know the Naked palettes are a bit more, but the one that just came out is actually $44. My friend was telling me this last night. But the only thing is it doesn't come with a brush, so if you are going to invest that much money in a palette, I suggest you get one with a brush. Okay, so now I went in with the Naked Heat, in the color Low Blow. And this is I love this color. It's such a natural brown. It'll look good on any skin tone. It's just, it was so hard at one point to find a brown that would really pop in my crease, and that I can honestly say Urban Decay has really done a good job with that. So I'm gonna take it, I'm actually gonna blend out the outer corner with that and go into the crease just a little bit, ever so slightly. But I'm going in swirling motions like that. And notice I'm only using one brush. Gonna go back in. And do the same thing. I've given some time for the primer to settle in. That's something you really want to do, is you don't want to go ahead and apply makeup directly right after applying primer. You want to do that, probably maybe wait like 2 to 3 minutes and work on your eye makeup or anything you want to do. Definitely another thing that helps, I'm going to talk about this later, but with lips, you can probably, while you're waiting for your primer to settle in, is work on moisturizing your lips. I wake up with extremely dry lips, and that's because of my experience with Accutane and other acne medications that I still take. But literally what I do is, while I'm waiting for everything to kind of just settle in, I'll do a lip scrub, and then I'll put on a lip mask and have that absorb. So I have that on right now. If you see any shininess, that's what it's from. And the one that I use is the Kiehl's lip mask. It's a buttermilk lip mask. I think that's what it's called. I don't know why I can't say that. But it's coconut oil, and a whole bunch of other stuff, but it's really good. And now we're gonna start with a base. So for my foundation, today I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty and Fall Filter foundation in Macchiato. And I'm going to be using a beauty blender to apply it. I know these are expensive. These are $20. I actually got this in my FabFitFun box for I think it's the winter. I'm so bad at remembering. But yeah, so these are really good, I have to say. I mean, I think it's worth the $20, but I do know that you can't always spend $20 for a sponge. I mean, that's ridiculous. So Real Techniques is really good. I like their stuff. I usually buy the 4-pack, and I get it at Kohl's. But I know a whole bunch of other stores have it. Walmart has them, I'm pretty sure. You can get them on Amazon. Also, Earth Therapeutics makes one that looks identical to this, and that one is really good. And I only know that because it's from Kohl's, and I remember buying it one time to try it out, and I loved it. I don't know why I don't go back to it, but I think it's because it's a little, with the Real Techniques you get 4 in a pack, so I usually kind of gear towards those. As long as you're using it the way that it's supposed to be used, you should be fine. But with these, you can kind of use them for every little thing. The Earth Therapeutics one, I did notice when I was like blending out my concealer, it would pick up product. This doesn't. So I don't know, maybe it's something that they're making it with, I have no clue. Start by putting the foundation onto the round edge of the Beauty Blender. This is a very thick foundation. It gives you a very full coverage look, but I like that. Obviously you can see I have a lot of hyperpigmentation. This is a fresh acne scar, literally from last night, and it covers it so well. So I do like this foundation a lot. I actually have to go pick up another one. It has lasted me a whole year, so I think it's well worth the investment. So alright, I'm gonna start. Do you see that? Like, you can't see anything now. So that was just a very small pump of the Huda Beauty foundation, and you can see it matches my skin tone really well, and it covers up spots. I mean, you can still see this one a little bit, but I'm actually going to go back in and just touch it up. But yeah, I really like this. So I'm going to finish up the other side of my face. Under eye area, I'm going to be using the pointed edge just to blend out that foundation just a little bit more. Does anyone else make weird faces when they do their foundation? Or is it just me? Okay. Alright. So, this is just a scar. I know a lot of people are probably going to be asking about it. But I have really dry skin and it scars. I don't know how else to explain it. Okay. Alright, so that's the foundation. It is a, I don't know, what is it? Cream to powder. Sorry, not cream to matte. Cream to powder foundation. So you don't have to set it, but if you have oily skin, you can set it. I like setting it because throughout the day my skin does tend to be a little bit shinier, even though I have that combo skin. So yeah, I'm gonna be setting it, and I'm gonna be applying concealer. With this foundation, it's so thick, you don't need concealer. I really don't think I need it, but I just, it's a force of habit, and this is how I do my makeup on a daily basis. So yeah, you can see like it's so used, half the logo is. So the concealer today that I'm going to be using is the NARS Ginger Concealer. I love this formula. It's really soft, it's really hydrating. The other concealer that I love to use is the Tarte Shape Tape Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. It looks it's the exact same color, and it does the exact same thing. I think Tarte is a little bit cheaper, but I also kind of like how small the applicator is because you have a little bit more control. So somebody on my Instagram poll had asked me to do highlighting and contouring, and I'm going to show you guys how I highlight with the concealer, and I'm actually going to go in with a new product that I got today and show you guys how I contour with that as well. So this is just going to be highlighting. I like a bright under eye, so I'm just going in very slightly. You want to start off small and then get a little bit bigger under my eye. Very lightly. And you can do this any way you want. Some people like to dot it on because they want a little bit to see like how much product they're using. They don't really like that. I like dragging out the product. I know that's, some people don't like that method, but that's what works for me. I'm gonna do the bridge of my nose, bring it up, down my forehead, kind of make like a tree, and just fan it out. Cupid's bow, and my chin. So those are the only areas I highlight. I have a pretty big face, so highlighting for me isn't, you know, too much. I don't really like to do that. And I'm just going to blend it out with my beauty blender today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be spraying some of the MAC Fix Plus spray onto it, just to give it a refresh. And you can use any setting spray that you have. It doesn't have to be that one. But then I'm just going to take the flatter side and just bounce. I'm going to kind of press into the corner. So I'm pressing into the corner. kind of like dabbing down the chin of the Cupid's bow. Alright, so now I'm going to set that all into place, and the powder, to set a highlighted area, you really want to be using a loose powder. I have two powders that I like to use. I have the Becca soft blurring powder. I love this powder. I thought they were going to discontinue it, and I was so upset, but they didn't. It's still available, so don't go pick it up if you don't have it, because I love this powder. The other powder that I use is the Huda Beauty powder in the shade Blondie. This is a little bit yellow for me. I think I should have went with Banana, but her formula is really good too. And I actually just got a sample of the Fenty, so I'm gonna try that, and hopefully it's really good, because I think Fenty is a little bit cheaper than this one, but I also like trying new things. So I'm gonna go with this one today. My camera fell asleep. Okay, so I was saying that you really, I look so weird right now. You really want to be making sure that your beauty blender is wet, so it doesn't fly everywhere. The powder doesn't fly everywhere, that is. So I'm just putting this on any areas that I highlighted. When my brother sees me do my makeup, he's literally like, you look like you just went tribal or something. I'm gonna highlight this area of my face as well. I didn't put concealer there, but I just like the way that it makes your contour pop, and I'm gonna show you guys how I contour as well. This is literally how I do my makeup every day. So alright, so when you bake, you want to leave the powder on your face for at least 5 minutes, however much longer, and it's really gonna help absorb the product. It's really going to make sure you're not as oily in those areas, and it's also going to help the makeup stay in place. So yeah. Alright, so this is a brand new product that I'm going to be using today. It is the Fenty Beauty Match Stix in the shade Truffle. Literally right out of the box. So today Rihanna just released a whole new set of bronzers for all people of all shades. I really am looking forward to trying that out. I really think she has done a really good job with her beauty line. Like, this is probably the first beauty line that ever came out and has been so inclusive. Huda has as well. Huda Beauty's line is very, very good. Her eyeshadows are amazing. But yeah, so I'm gonna try it out. So this is how I'm going to be doing my contour. I don't typically do a cream contour, but today, since somebody did ask if I could show how to contour, I'm going to be doing that. Any cream product that you use, you want to set with a powder. That's why I set those under eye areas. Okay, so let me get a mirror. Alright. So I'm just gonna do, when I contour, I'm gonna dot it on. Basically, you want to cover any areas that you want to appear smaller. So I definitely want my chin to be smaller. It feels really good. Smiling like a little bit in the mirror also helps. Okay. And I'm gonna do it on my nose, but I'm gonna brush out this area first. I'm also just gonna do under my lip, so my lip looks a little bit bigger. And the top. I'm gonna just go in with this Real Techniques. It's a contour brush. It literally says contour brush on it. And I'm just gonna go in a circular motion and blend that out. whenever you're doing contour on your hairline, you want to brush it in so that it blends in and it doesn't look like you just have a random stripe on your head. Oh, the first time I did contour, my mom came home and she was like, "Why do you have a beard?" And now she asked me to do her contour every day. When you do your cheek contour, you want to bring it up. You don't want to bring it down because that is going to make you look like you have a beard. So brushed up. Okay. So actually, this formula is pretty good on its own, I have to say. You don't have to set it, but I am going to set it because I like setting my stuff. And that's just how I do it. And this ponytail is just like coming out. It's just not working. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to brush away my baked area, and to do that I'm going to just get a big fluffy brush. You don't have to get the ones that I have again, but this is a Real Techniques, cheap and easy. So I'm just going to brush everything away. Also, for any girl that is struggling to find a translucent powder, this Becca powder, it does not leave flashback. That was a big problem of mine, finding a translucent powder that does not leave flashback. I used to use the Tarte, I don't know what it's called, but I don't use it anymore because the last time I baked, it left flashback, and in all my photos I had a white stripe under my eye. I was so mad. But that formula is good for oily skin. So whenever I brush it away, I just kind of want to blend in the powders on my face so it doesn't look like I have like lines again. And when you like blend, you want to blend up. Okay. Wow. And contour gives your face a sense of dimension as well. I can already see a lot of structure that wasn't there before. So yeah. So to set my contour, I'm going to be going in with bronzer. And the one that I'm using is the Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder. The brush that it comes with is really, really good. So I'm just going to use that. I'm just going to dust it on and bronze up. Bronze back into the hairline. My chin, my jawline. I know a lot of people, a lot of makeup artists, professional ones will say that bronzer isn't contour, and it isn't, but it really gives you that soft effect if you don't want to look like you have too much on. So I'm seeing this side looks a little bit stripy, so I'm just going to brush that and blend that away. Okay. So now I'm going to do my nose contour, and I'm going to go back in with the Match Stick, and I'm going to go and set it with it. So I'm going to literally draw a line down the edge of my nose. I'm going to bring that line a little bit up, and I'm going to go under. And that's it. I'm going to go back in with the Real Techniques contour brush and just brush in really, really lightly and pinch the sides. Brush in the contour. And if it helps to make faces, like, make faces. Nobody is seeing you do your makeup. I mean, you guys are seeing me do my makeup today, but I don't care. People have seen me at my worst. So now, oh, whoops. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M330 brush to set in the nose contour. And I'm actually gonna go, I'm not gonna go in with my bronzer. I'm actually gonna go in with a brown actual contour shade. And this is from the Anastasia contour palette. I am going to go in with, this is the light to medium palette because this was on sale at Sephora, not the other one. So I just got this one. I'm gonna go in with that shade and just like tap it on. And you see how much more defined it is with the powder on there? It looks really good. All right. So now, before I used to do blush and then highlight, but I'm actually going to do highlight and then blush because I saw this from Look a Million on Instagram, and it looks so pretty when you blend in the blush and like it just settles. It looks so nice. So the blush I'm going to be using is this MAC blush. It's not, they don't have it anymore. It's called Don't Be Shy. It's a MAC Barbie collection that they had a very long time ago. They don't have it anymore. But I'm going to use that one. And for highlight, I am going to be using the Fenty Beauty highlighter, if I can find it. Here it is. Okay. The Fenty Beauty highlighter in Mean Money and Hustla Baby. My makeup literally needs to be cleaned. I am going to be taking the Morphe M510 brush. That's what it's called? Yeah. I'm going to spray some of the MAC Fix Plus on it because this will help intensify that highlighter. And I just mix the two. I'm going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose. So a makeup artist actually taught me that if you go down your nose, it makes it look like it's elongated. If that's the kind of effect you're looking for, put it down, put the highlighter down your nose. If not, just put it on the tip. And then I'm going to bring it on top of my cheeks, like that. The sun's out today, so. Okay, so I just finished up both my eyes, and I think it looks really, really nice. This looks really glowy. It's really, really a pretty look. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my lips really quick. So by now, all that lip mask is pretty much like all soaked up in my lip. And today I'm just going to the lips. I'm just going to be using a matte lipstick. This is L'Oreal in the shade Grayish Perfecto. It's been used a lot. And I just like, I don't take the foundation that I have off my lip already, only because it removes the makeup around that area. So I just leave it. And I'm going to apply an Anastasia lip gloss up on top of it. I like lip glosses only because these matte lipsticks, they tend to dry out. No matter which one I use, they tend to dry out my lips. So I like sealing it with lip gloss. This is Anastasia in Citrine. And I just apply it in the center. I don't put too much. And that's it. I don't blot or anything, nothing like that. Okay, so this is the finished look. This is how I pretty much do my makeup anytime that I'm going out, going with my friends again, anywhere. I usually do the wing eyeliner, I do the mascara, I do contour, I do everything. If you guys want to a more in-depth video of like how to contour for a specific face or how to do it, do eyeliner on a specific person or something, I can definitely do that. This is just a general basic video. So I'm hoping that by watching this, you guys learn something about the way you're applying your makeup, or maybe what products you want to use next time or something. I just hope that you learn something in general. This really is something that I've been doing for a very long time. I did not go to school for beauty. But I've really literally been learning it by watching YouTube videos, and I got into blogging only about maybe a year now, and I think I'm pretty good at it right now. I want to knock on wood, but I don't know yet. But I don't know, I mean, everyone in my life has been telling me you should start a blog, you should start a blog. So this was me starting a blog. So I really, really hope that you guys learned something from this today. I'm not looking for promotions, I'm not looking for anything. This is literally just a hobby. So yeah, okay. Well, please like and comment and subscribe to my video, and please let me know what you guys want to see in the future, what you guys might be interested in learning. So yeah.